The car you see behind me is Audi's latest entrant to the premium super mini sector. It's called the A1, and we know it's a premium super mini because with just a smattering of options, this particular car is just £250 shy of costing £30,000. For that kind of price, you might imagine this is some sort of limited edition hot hatch with a gazillion horsepower and a trick four-wheel drive system. However, what we actually have here is a fairly conventional small front-wheel drive car with a 1.5 litre petrol engine and very sporty styling. The exact spec of this car is the S-Line Contrast Edition, the contrast between the Python yellow paint and the black roof. And in automotive terms, you could kind of think of it as of a sheep in wolf's clothing. For while this sheep might have 150 horsepower, that's still 50 short of the much cheaper Ford Fiesta ST. Clearly the price is ridiculous, so what we need to do here is forget about all the bits that make this a contrast edition, like the 18-inch wheels and black detailing, and mentally save ourselves the £3,000 to £4,000 these add to the price of an A1. Done that? Good. Let's instead think about how well the A1 does the basics. The boot, for example, is a really good size for this class of car. And in terms of passenger space, I'm 5'11", this driver's seat's set for me. And as you can see, I've got a reasonable amount of room here. Certainly for the Super Mini, it's absolutely fine. Now, obviously there are limitations as to the width of the car, being in the class that it is, but you could still get 3 kids back here without a problem. In fact, in terms of spaciousness, this new A1 is much the same as the Volkswagen Polo and Seat Ibiza, which isn't terribly surprising when you realise it shares the same underpinnings and drivetrains. With the Audi costing a good chunk more money to buy than either of those cars, you'd expect something pretty special when you get in here. And to a large degree, you get it. Certainly this angled dash, which kind of goes away from you and back towards you again, looks really smart. And details like this LED ambient lighting and the different materials do help it to stand out. Plus, you get not one but 2 screens, because every A1 gets digital dials as standard, and every A1 gets a touchscreen. But do note that this particular car has the upgraded technology pack, gives you a bigger central screen with sat-nav, and also allows you to see the sat-nav on these dials here. The only thing that I'm not quite convinced about is some of these plastics lower down, which just, well, frankly, they don't feel any better than you get in a Polo. You will no doubt be expecting a premium driving experience too, and in many ways the A1 delivers. Certainly it's very quiet, helped because the 1.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine in this 35 TFSI model is very quiet on part throttle. Plus, being turbocharged, it offers its full torque from just 1500 RPM, so the power delivery is very flexible. Now, as we've established, this is still no hot hatch, but with 0 to 62 taking 7.7 seconds, nor is it slow. Although our test car's 18-inch wheels do the ride no favours, the A1 is still a fundamentally comfortable car and feels particularly grown up on the motorway. Most A1s are available with a manual or a dual-clutch automatic gearbox, like in fact the one fitted to this car. Now, for the most part, this is a really good automatic. It's very smooth, very quick to change gear. The only problem with it is at low speeds, when you're manoeuvring, it can sometimes be a bit hesitant. Also, it seems strange in this supposedly sportier S-Line model that you don't get paddles behind the steering wheel to change gear yourself. The impression that this isn't a particularly sporty car is enhanced when you choose dynamic mode in the drive select system and realise that the steering is still very light. It's so light, in fact, that it makes it harder to judge how much grip you've got. And while the handling is certainly very planted, it's not a chassis that particularly involves you in the driving experience. I would call it competent rather than fun. If you want your premium Super Mini to feel all sharp and pointy to drive, then a Mini is a better bet. It's a bit of an odd one, this A1, because fundamentally it's a very good Super Mini. It's roomy, it's quiet and pretty comfortable to drive, and it certainly has the kind of upmarket image you need to tempt people away from that Mini. But I just can't help thinking that something that looks this cool and in this spec costs this much money should just drive with a bit more fizz. What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. And remember, to find a great deal from a top-rated dealer on your next car, head to cargurus.co.uk.